This micro-credential deals with small engine starters and consists of 5 targeted skills. This targeted skill deals with repairing electric starters. Since the electric starter is an electric motor, we need to begin by performing some basic electrical checks to the unit. Look for a blown fuse first. The hardest part of this task is to locate the fuse. Look around the wiring harness. Remove the fuse and make sure it is not blown. If blown, replace. If good, clean the contacts and reinsert. Next, locate the battery where a minimum of 12.5 volt is required. Make sure the battery posts and battery cables are clean. We need to check battery voltage. Attach the black lead from a multimeter to the negative terminal of the battery. Attach the red lead from the multimeter to the positive terminal of the battery. Set the multimeter's scale to read in DC voltage. If the battery tests low, try charging the battery to see if the voltage will come back up. Even if the battery displays 12.5 volts, you should load test the battery. This means that you apply stress to the battery as you would as if starting the engine. Batteries will display good voltages, but can fail when load tested. After failing a load test, replace the battery. Test the starter motor again with a known good battery, or a new battery. If the starter motor still fails to respond, check the voltage at the starter. We need to verify that our 12.5 volts is present at the starter motor, and not getting lost elsewhere in the wiring harness. If the starter motor is still misbehaving, remove it and try to spin by hand. If it will not turn, the starter motor is faulty and should be replaced. If the starter motor does turn freely after removal, try connecting it directly to a known good battery with jumper cables. If the starter motor spins, the problem remains within the starting system's wiring harness. Go back and perform more checks to the wiring harness. If the starter still does not work at this point, then the starter is bad and needs to be replaced. Sometimes the starter motor spins freely, but the Bendix does not. It could be something as simple as rust or corrosion. It might be a broken spring or other part. Problems like this are usually easy to spot and fix. Damaged gear teeth on the Bendix can also be replaced. Generally, replacement Bendix kits can be obtained. Occasionally, gear teeth on the flywheel can also become damaged. A new ring gear kit can resolve this problem. Some Bendix gears are metal and flywheel gear teeth are nylon. Other gear combinations are just the opposite, with the Bendix gears being nylon and the flywheel gear teeth being metal. Be very careful when ordering replacement parts. This micro-credential series has provided a basic overview of troubleshooting and repairing electric starters for small engines.